Yes, phylum Arthropoda, Periplaneta americana, scientific name of the cockroach. That phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Mandibulata, class Insecta, order Arthroptera, family Blattidae, genus it belongs to Periplaneta, species is going to be Americana. Here the hierarchy, taxonomic hierarchy, the position we are talking about, the phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Mandibulata, class Insecta, order Arthroptera, family Blattidae, genus Periplaneta, species Americana. The chapter is actually the complete memory part here, that various kinds of words and terminology will come. The continuous repetition of these particular things will help us to understand and to remember this particular topic very well. Let's start the chapter here. Entomology. What is entomology? Study of insects is called as entomology. Study of insects is called as entomology. We know the cockroach is a household pest. You'll find everywhere in the households like kitchen, in the drainage, you can see this particular cockroach. That's why we say cockroach as a household pest. And cockroach is spreading many parasites like Entamoeba histolytica. That means contaminated food and water, whatever the microbes are going to spread through the contamination of the food and water. That cockroach is also one of the participants along with housefly, that to spread that kind of microbial organisms. That's why we say cockroach as mechanical vector. Cockroach is a mechanical vector, and mostly cockroaches are tropical in habitat, but you can see in temperate regions also. Cosmopolitan in distribution. What I mean, worldwide it is there, but mostly we can see in the tropical regions we are talking about. Okay, the common species of cockroaches are that our Periplaneta americana is one of them, and along with that we'll find Blatta orientalis. Blatta orientalis is another cockroach here, which along with the Blatta orientalis, Periplaneta americana are very common. When it comes to our Periplaneta americana, our hero of the chapter is completely explained about the Periplaneta americana. That now this is now the cosmopolitan in distribution. We can say, what is cosmopolitan in distribution? Worldwide distribution, we say cosmopolitan in distribution. There's actually the native of tropical America, but now worldwide it is distributed. Burmeister is a scientist who coined the name Periplaneta americana. Burmeister is a scientist who coined the name Periplaneta americana. Okay, then it's a nocturnal insect. What does it mean? Nocturnal insect, active during night time, inactive during daytime. We say nocturnal insect. That a particular any species, if active during night time, inactive during the daytime, that we say nocturnal. For example, if we come to human being, we are diurnal. We are active during daytime, we are inactive during night time. So that's why we are a human being is a diurnal animal, we can say. But cockroach is nocturnal, which is active during night time and inactive during daytime. Omnivorous in nature. What it means? That food habit of cockroach. Cockroach eat anything. That's why we say it is omnivorous in nature. Okay. Cursorial. That means cockroach is swift runner. That is, you may see the cockroach how it walks and how it runs. We call such kind of locomotion as cursorial locomotion. Swift runner, we can say, the fast runner. And here, with this particular information, I can introduce that new concept of questioning here: assertion and reasoning. Assertion and reason. Assertion is generally a statement here, actually. So, what kind of statement? For example, if we see cockroach is an excellent example for the study of insects. When we give a statement like this, we should give some reason. Like cockroach is an excellent example for the study of insects. So, what is the reason? Reason will be because of its large size of the body makes it a convenient specimen for dissection and demonstration. You can't learn mosquito. When you learn mosquito, it's very difficult for a small size of the body. You can't observe the issues of that particular whatever we learned in that insect, isn't it? In that way, It's a large size of the body, makes it a convenient specimen for the dissection and demonstration. In that way, we say, what is this question here, assertion and reason? We'll have four options. Generally, we'll get four options for this kind of question. Like number one, assertion is true, reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of A. Number two, assertion is true, reason is true. That means A and R. In general, they use a word called A and R. A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. Next, number three, A is true, R is false. Number four, A and R are both are false. So for any kind of assertion reason type of questions, we'll have standard options. What is answer for our question? When I say cockroach is an excellent example for the study of insects, it is the large sized body makes it convenient specimen for dissection and demonstration. Yes, assertion is true, reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Okay. In the similar way, we have framed one more question. You see, cockroach can enter into the small crevices in the floor or walls. Cockroach can enter in the small crevices in the floor or walls. Okay, that is the assertion. How it can enter? Means it is having dorsoventrally flattened body. Body of cockroach is flattened. That's why it can enter into the small crevices. Okay, so answer for this particular question, A is true, R is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, in the same way, cockroach is omnivorous. If I say, what will be the reason? Here, a small mistake here, that assertion should go for reason and reason should come for assertion. That's I am reading in the same way. It is omnivorous in nature. Cockroach is omnivorous in nature. What is the reason? Because it eats all types of food. We say assertion. Okay, let's practice some questions like this, but with our learned aspects. With our learned aspects, let's try to practice some questions here. For example, assertion. I'm making an assertion here. Assertion. Cockroach is omnivorous. Cockroach is omnivorous. We need to know the meaning of omnivorous. Okay, what is omnivorous? Omnivorous means it eats all types of food. So if the reason is given like this, cockroach is active during night time, and inactive during daytime. Cockroach is active during night time, inactive during daytime. Imagine this is the question. So let us see options for this kind of question. Options. What kind of options can be seen here? Option 1, assertion is true. Okay, assertion is true. Reason is true. And assertion is the correct, reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Or we use the word or is correct explanation of A. Or is the correct explanation of A. This is the first option. In this particular regard, this is the first option. Okay. Next, second option. We'll go with second option. What is the second option? A is true. Now I am using the abbreviations. A is true. And A and R are true. Let's make it much simplified. A and R are true. But R is not. But R is not the correct explanation of A. Any assertion reason question, these are the standard options. R is not the correct explanation of A. Okay. So next, A is true, but R is false. In the same way, the fourth question, A is false. A and R are false, you can say. Or sometimes you may find like that A is false, but R is true. A little change here it may expected, but generally these are the four options. Now let's read the question. What is the question here? Assertion, cockroach is omnivorous. Reason, cockroach is active during night time and inactive during daytime. Maybe A is true, R is also true, but I accept, I go for this answer. like A is true, R is true, but R is not correct explanation of A, isn't it? So this is my answer. R is not correct explanation of A. What is the correct explanation actually? For to make it correct explanation, what we need to do to make it correct explanation? Cockroach is omnivorous in nature. For that, what is your reason? Cockroach eats all types of food. Imagine if we say cockroach eat all types of food. So what will be the answer? A is true, R is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. A is true, R is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So I'll write one more question here. I'll go with one more question. Options are going to be the same. Okay. So just masking this, and we are trying to make one more question. Question. Assertion. What is the assertion? Cockroach is cosmopolitan in distribution. This is the assertion. What is the reason for this assertion? When we say cockroach is cosmopolitan in distribution, when it is distributed all over the world, cockroach is spreaded all over the world. Cockroach is spreaded all over the world. So what will be the answer for us? Cockroach is spreaded all over the world. So what is the answer for us from us? The answer is assertion is true, reason is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. For example, if I change like this, cockroach is cosmopolitan in distribution, and cockroach is omnivorous insect. So what is the answer for us? Cockroach is cosmopolitan in distribution. Okay. Cockroach is omnivorous insect. Okay. What is the answer? A is true, R is true, but R is not the correct explanation. R is not explaining A. So that in that way, that new type of questions here I introduced here, assertion, reason type of question. Cockroach is cosmopolitan in distribution. So I'll go with one more question here. We'll to get the answer 3. Okay. The cockroach is commonly that scientific name of cockroach is scientific name of cockroach is Periplaneta americana. Scientific name of cockroach is Periplaneta americana. Then cockroach is aquatic animal, aquatic insect. So what will be our answer? A is true. Scientific name of cockroach is Periplaneta americana. Cockroach is aquatic insect. A is true, but R is false. Okay, so these are the different kinds of questions here. Standard options can be seen over. To answer these kind of questions, what will be our requirement? Our requirement is simple. Our requirement is we need to know the exact each and every meaning of exact part of each issue. Likewise, for example, entomology. What is entomology? Study of insects is called entomology. Household pest, that means cockroach is a household pest here, lives in the households. Mechanical vector, it is going to spread various kinds of microbes, it is going to spreading over in the method of contamination. We say that's why mechanical vector. Cockroach is tropical, mostly tropical, and some temperate regions also you'll find the cockroach. The common species of the cockroach are Blatta orientalis and Periplaneta americana. The native of tropical America, cockroach actually, but now it is worldwide in distribution. What do you say? Cosmopolitan in distribution. The Burmeister is a scientist who coined the term name Periplaneta americana. Okay. Next, nocturnal insect it is. That means active during night time, inactive during daytime. Omnivorous insect, it eat all types of food material. Omnivorous insect. Cursorial, which means swift runner, we say, and is an excellent example for the study of insects because of its large sized body, which makes it a convenient specimen for the dissection and demonstration. It can enter into the small crevices in the floor or walls because of flattened body. It's an omnivorous nature because we say it eat all types of food. That's why we say omnivorous in nature. So need to introduce the cockroach. Let us talk about some external features of the cockroach today. Is an elongated, narrow, elliptical, dorsoventrally depressed body with bilateral symmetry. Cockroach is an elongated, narrow, elliptical, dorsoventrally depressed body with bilateral symmetry. Actually, in the previous classes, I explained the bilateral symmetry to you. If you want that videos, you can request the Sharma sir. He will send that videos also. So as a basic introduction portion, I made some videos. You can collect from him along with the cockroach PDF also. You just please send request to him and he will send all that particular videos and PDFs to you. And let's talk about the cockroach external features. Reddish brown in color with a light yellow area around the edges of pronotum. What is pronotum? Will come now. It's a reddish brown in color with light yellow area around the edges of pronotum. The body division, that every body part of cockroach, body division is with three: head, thorax, and abdomen. Then each part of the body is called as tagmata. Now we are started introducing the different kinds of terminology in case of cockroach. The first word I introduced, tagmata. The body part of each part of the cockroach is said to be tagmata. How many tagmata are there in cockroach? Three. What are they? Head, thorax, abdomen. How do we define tagmata? Tagmata means morphologically distinct parts of the body are called as tagmata. Morphologically distinct parts of the body are called as tagmata. Let us see. Three tagmata are present here: head, thorax, abdomen. In the head region, you'll find 6 segments. Thorax contain 3 segments. 3 segments are there in thorax. And abdomen is having 10 segments. 10 segments are present in the abdomen. Okay. So head with 6 segments, thorax is with 3 segments, and abdomen is with 10 segments. Okay. Next, that we define tagmata, morphologically distinct parts of the body. We need to move one after another. The first of all, I am showing head to you, the cockroach head. The head of cockroach is small and triangular. You see the head. This is the head region, the green portion which I drawn. That is the head. We expand head in the coming classes. But original position of the head. People feel so. This area is head. That's over now. You are BPC student. You should understand with what exactly and the facts of the cockroach. Okay, this part generally when you look forward, this particular area you feel so head. Now head is on ventral side actually. That head is formed by the fusion of 6 embryonic segments, but that means we are not talking about embryo. That what I mean. There are 6 segments clearly seen in during development, embryonic development, but in adult stage you can't find the 6 segments clearly. That's why we said formed by the fusion of 6 embryonic segments. The head of cockroach is called hypognatho's head. Why it is called hypognatho's? Let us differentiate. Hypo means down. Mouth is directed downwards here. That ventral side you'll find the head. Okay. Gnathos. Gnathos means jaws. Jaws are present here. Like us, we have jaws. They're also having jaws. They are named as mandibles and maxillae. Okay, jaw containing head is present on the ventral side. That's the meaning of hypognatho's head. Jaw containing head is present on the ventral side, which it lies hanging almost at right angles to the body. This is the body portion. So for the body portion, the head is hanging on the ventral side, right angles to the body. Okay. So then in the case of head, posterior wider portion is upwards and mouth parts are directed downwards. We need to discuss the mouth parts are also. Now see the original position, and the head is connected to the thorax. We said there are 3 tagmata. What are they? Head, thorax, abdomen. There are 3 tagmata. Okay, the 3 tagmata are head, thorax, and abdomen. You see, head is connected to the thorax. How does the head is connected to the thorax? with the help of short neck or cervicum, we can say. Short neck or cervicum, which is movably attached to the head to the thorax. Movably attached to the head to the thorax. That means here with the cervicum can flexible here, that with the help of that movable attachment, the head will rotate. Okay, so then we continue with the head region. The head itself, we need to continue with the head region. Actually, little bit scattered the pages here. Just follow through my explanation. This is the head region that we expanded head now. This is the head portion. So when you see the head, so head is having a pair of compound eyes. You see, these are the compound eyes. A pair of compound eyes. Now onwards, the technical terms will come like a flow, like a flood. Okay, so pair of compound eyes are present here in the head. So between the compound eyes, the space present here we say epicranium. Here, just need to follow that the cursor which I am showing to you. So epicranium, this area. Epicranium, in the center of epicranium will find a suture. Suture means small crevice. Epicranial suture is present, which divides the vertex. Top of the head is called vertex, which divides epicranium or vertex into two epicranial plates. These are the epicranial plates. Okay. So below the epicranial plates, you can see a triangular portion, this area. The triangular portion is called frons, which the sclerites are covering the head in front. The frons, the sclerites are covering scleroid. The word, what is scleroid? Hard chitinous plate on the body of cockroach. Throughout the body, you'll find this particular chitinous plates. They are called scleroids. Okay. So frons, the scleroid plate, which covering the head in front is called frons. It is almost triangular. You can see this area. Triangular. It's like our forehead. Cockroach is also having forehead. Triangular. The largest scleroid plate, you can see in the diagram. This is the largest area it occupied. Okay. So below that, we'll find a rectangular plate again. A narrow rectangular plate is called as clypeus. Either sides of the frons and clypeus, you can see cheek plates or ginae. Ginae or cheek plates are present. Below the clypeus and attaches to the clypeus, labrum. We call it as upper lip actually, which is movably attached to the clypeus, labrum. This is all the dorsal view of the head. The covering the sides of the head, that below the compound eyes, either sides of the frons and clypeus. What do you see? Ginae, cheek plates we can see. These are the cheek plates. This is the frons and this is the clypeus. Either sides of it, we can say ginae. So covering the sides of the head, cheeks, we say below the compound eyes, cheeks of the cockroach. Okay. So either sides of the frons and clypeus will find the cheek plates. What do you call? Ginae. Need to repeat this again and again. Here some more structures left over that I have shown here. Below the compound eye, we'll find a socket. From the socket, that you'll find an antenna came out. Antennae, that means with three portions. Base portion of the antenna is called scale, middle, pedicel, and a multi-segmented flagellum. Scale, pedicel, flagellum. We need to repeat this again and again. I'll give guarantee here. If you attend for 1 week or 10 days continuously for this particular, that without any lagging, so these particular words will come in the mind and finally will get. Otherwise, it seems to be every class is going to be huge confusion because of introducing a lot of terminology. That over a period of time we'll be familiar with this kind of terminology. So that's why we need to be a little patient here. I do repeat again and again every day before we enter into the next one. We need to check and repeat again and again. Okay. So let's talk about the fenestrae or ocellular spot. Near the socket, below the sutures, you can see simple eyes. Fenestrae or ocellular spot or simple eye, we can see, which is present at the base of each antenna. This is a small whitish speck Speck means a dot-like structure. Okay. So in this particular diagram, we learned about just about the particular left-out portions of the dorsal view of the head region. Dorsal view of the head region. Okay. So ventral side, when it comes, we'll find a big hole opening. What do you call it as? Occipital foramen. It's a large opening present at the back of the head, bordered by a scleroid called occiput. This is occiput. Surrounding it, a hard plate. Just imagine till we go for future further detailed explanation. It's like our bones. Scleroids are like our bones. I'm not going to say they are bones. Like our bones, they are the hard substances which are covering and protecting the cartilage. Okay. So we call that particular scleroid plate as occiput. What is the use of this huge opening, occipital foramen? It forms a passage for esophagus from digestive system, aorta, a blood vessel, nerve cord, everything will come from here itself. Trachea, as we said that head is connected to the thorax, like us, our neck, through our neck, that trachea is running, esophagus is going, all that through a opening. Our opening is called foramen magnum. In the cockroach, the opening is said to be occipital foramen. Okay, so this is the head at ventral view, and in this particular area, in the ventral view, we need to just see about the occipital foramen only, because remaining all are said to be the mouth parts of the cockroach. We need to discuss the mouth parts. We'll discuss the mouth parts tomorrow, but let's take a glance look what we learned till the time. As we said, the cockroach is having three tagmata. What are the tagmata? The body division of cockroach is called as tagmata. The head and thorax and abdomen. There are three tagmata. The head is with six segments. That we said now the fused embryonic segments. You can't see segments clearly in the adult. And thorax is with three segments. Abdomen is with 10 segments are present in the abdomen. What is tagmata? Morphologically distinct parts of the body. That means each part which is externally, if it is clearly seen, we say morphological distinct parts of the body. Okay. So before we go to the portion of the cockroach, let me remind you once again, we started the cockroach today. Periplaneta americana, it belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Mandibulata, class Insecta, order Arthroptera, and family Blattidae, genus Periplaneta, species Americana. Okay, genus Periplaneta, species Americana. Study of insects is called entomology. It's a cockroach is a household pest. Cockroach is also an insect. That means it's a part of entomology, we can say. Cockroach is spreading various kinds of microbes in the form of contamination, contaminated food and water. That's why we say that cockroach is a mechanical vector that distributed all over the world, but mostly seen in the tropical region and little bit also you can see in temperate region. Okay, common species, Blatta orientalis and Periplaneta americana. Cockroach is a native of tropical America. Periplaneta americana is a native of tropical America. It's now worldwide. You can see the distribution, cosmopolitan and distribution. Burmeister is a scientist, coined the term Periplaneta americana. It's a nocturnal insect actually, active during night time and inactive during daytime. Omnivorous insect, which means it eats all types of food material. Cursorial, which means a swift runner, and an excellent example for the study of insects because its large sized body makes convenient specimen for dissection and demonstration, and it can enter into the small crevices in the floor or walls because of having flattened body. That it eat all types of food, hence we call omnivorous in nature. And need to discuss about the external features: narrow, elliptical, elongated, dorsoventrally depressed body with bilateral symmetry, reddish brown in color with light yellow area around the edges of pronotum. The body division, we said the three tagmata: head, thorax, and abdomen. Head region with six segments here. Head is a small triangular which is formed by the fusion of six embryonic segments. We call the head of cockroach as hyponathous head. Why? Because jaw containing head is on the ventral side, which hanging almost at right angles to the body. We call it as hyponathous head. Head is connected to the thoracic region. Head is connected to the thoracic region with the help of neck, short neck or cervicum. That cannot be a tagmata. We said already there are three tagmata in cockroach: head, thorax, and abdomen. The short neck or cervicum, movably attached to the head to the thorax. Okay. So then after we went through the different the portions of the head region that will check once that particular the practice of that particular is very important for us. Practice of that particular head, thorax, and abdomen with various terminology. Okay. So now I am opening the board to discuss this back again, that portions of the head. So the head is triangular. The triangular head, the dorsal view of the head we are going for, the dorsal view of the head. So for that, this is the head region. Okay. The head contain a pair of compound eyes. By doing this for continuous period of time, over a period of time, you will get this particular, because the cockroach is the most complex and typical part. People say, the students say, but we should not say, because our way, our approach towards the cockroach will make us, definitely we're all going to become champions here. Only problem here with different kinds of terminology, that various number of words and number of terms can be seen over. What we repeat it every day, and they'll send the PDF to you, and you just go through that particular PDF and practice, do practice of continuous, and empty worksheets are also I'll send for you, that that make you to be more comfortable in that particular area. Okay, let's see here that head of cockroach. Having some connection problem. Let me continue again. Yeah, connected. So head with a pair of compound eyes. These are the compound eyes. Okay. So individually I'm showing here. This is the compound eye. What is compound eye? We need to discuss that in detail. Okay. We'll discuss. What is compound eye here? Do you know each compound eye is with 2000 eyes? That means 2000 plus 2000, 4000 eyes can be seen over. This area is called vertex. Top of the head is called vertex. Okay. So in this area, we can see epicranial suture. Okay, let me draw compound eye again. Epicranial suture. This epicranial suture is dividing epicranium into two epicranial plates. Okay. Then below that, you will find small speck. What do you say? The sympuli or ocelli. And as we are seeing a socket also here, socket for antenna. From that particular socket, a scape is coming, scape, and pedicel, and a multi-segmented flagellum. Scape, pedicel, multi-segmented flagellum, collectively called antenna, collectively said to be antenna. So then below that, what we said, a roughly triangular portion, France, isn't it? The roughly triangular portion, France. Then Clypeus, then labrum, France, Clypeus, labrum. What is France? France is a triangular plate, we say. Then Clypeus. Attached to the clypeus. Clypeus is a rectangular plate. Attached to the clypeus, movably attached to the clypeus, upper lip. We say labrum. We can call it as labrum. Either sides of the France and clypeus, we can see the cheek plates. Cheek plates are called gene. Cheek plates are called gene. It will take time to recognize all these particular issues here. Like the head itself, we introduced so many words like a pair of compound eyes, vertex, epicranial suture, epicranial plates, and below that a triangular portion franz or clypeus, and attached to the clypeus there is a labrum, and either sides of the franz and clypeus cheek plates are present called ginae, and below the compound eye socket contain three portions, scape, pedicel, flagellum, isn't it? So that's why that definitely the area which you need to revise again and again. For that, I made a special notes here for continuous revision. Let me show again epicranial suture, epicranial plates, franz, clypeus, labrum will be some little bit comfortable you feel from tomorrow onwards, because we are going to repeat the same. And day after tomorrow, we continue with the new topic, but we repeat it again and again. Over a period of time, we will be comfortable for this. Okay. Either sides of the franz and clypeus, you'll find the cheek plates called ginae. Attached to the clypeus, labrum is present. Then some more portions in the dorsal side itself. A socket is there present below the compound eye, from which scape, pedicel, flagellum is coming. Scape, pedicel, flagellum. Okay. So below the epicranial suture, the small specks, what do you say, fenestrae, or ocellular spot, or simple eye. Okay, so what you learned today? You learned about the head, dorsal view of the head of cockroach today. We continue with the thorax and abdomen and the various issues of the cockroach you are going to learn. It's a bigger chapter. That notes will be sent to you. Just where I explained, you just look towards them only. Okay, don't go for an overview of the total topic here. We just learned head today. Okay, we'll continue with the more other issues of the cockroach tomorrow. Okay, thank you.